We own.
Hey, we're here, everyone. Welcome to PeakD&D's Saturday morning live stream. What's happening, internet world? Let's start with the intros. Let's go around. This is PeakD&D. Welcome to the Peak. I am Ben. I am one of the players and content creators here at PeakD&D. And I don't know where anybody is on the screen, but our Dungeon Master will introduce himself now.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nick. I'm the Dungeon Master of PeakD&D. Thanks for joining us this morning. Good to see you all.
And my good friend, one with the runners himself.
Straight above.
Straight above me. Max.
Hello.
Oh, I heard something. Is that music? Is that your music?
Probably
And
mine.
of course,
you know
joining
me.
Tony's webcam is being a little bit weird, but say hi, Tony.
Yeah, I'm waving. Just so you guys can all see. Just making
Tony.
sure.
Tony, you're
Hey,
looking great, buddy.
Thanks,
I believe
man.
you.
I look great. So I have a little placeholder from myself. It's the
Hmm.
art, the minis that you made us specifically.
Nice.
So I have a little placeholder for me.
Ooh,
So I'm not entirely off screen, but you just can't see me today.
Yeah, it's all right. And let's see. But this is our Saturday morning live stream where we're going to talk a little bit about some of our latest videos, some of our upcoming videos, and just Dungeons and Dragons in general. So if you're out there, if you're watching live, we've got the chat up. So you can send us a question if you have any things that have happened in your games or questions about our campaign. If you're keeping up with Beyond the Feywild, which, oh man, we are so close to releasing the finale of Beyond the Feywild. It comes out.
It's been so long.
It's been so long. It comes out next Saturday,
That is
a week
correct.
from today, and we will see what happens. What fate awaits? What fate awaits? Illensworth, Jastian, and Gord.
As
And
we're falling from the sky at the
as
present
we're
moment.
currently falling in infinitum.
So it might be a very short episode.
Yes indeed. So we'll see, but yeah, we're just hanging out, having a coffee. Hope you have a beverage of some kind. If you don't know much about us, or you're catching us on the replay, we are just some guys who like to play D&D. We live in Colorado, up in the frosty mountains, in a place called Summit County,
The Peak,
and
if you
the
will.
Peak. We live in the Peak, at the Peaks, and it's a great time. Max, I think I'm hearing your music in the background.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's a little loud.
I mean, I can go turn it down, but that's just because I like fun and we like fun.
That's what I was getting
listen
to.
to loud
But
music,
as
kids.
I bosh down on your fun. of
Listen to loud
listening
music.
your
By the way, Rae Jepsen just came out with a fire single yesterday. So I'm
Carly,
excited
we all
about that.
know Tony is a
See,
huge
I'm so
Carly Rae
bummed
fan.
because so OBS has an update and Droid Cam is what I use.
Yep.
Is on your phone, and for some reason I can't get the plugin to plug in again. But I was wearing my Carly Rae Jepsen shirt, so in all of its glory is not seen.
Damn. Well, I've been using camo, which I don't know if that's helpful or harmful.
Is that better? Why you gotta dim my light, Ben? Why's it gotta be like that, man?
I don't know, man. I was trying to do an intro, and I wasn't having enough. My fun is killing others fun. So,
Oh, awesome.
killing.
Awesome.
Let me make sure I clarify that. Killing others fun, not just
Sure.
killing others.
Sure. No, of course,
Just
of
a
course.
fun killer.
Yes,
Not.
the low music in the background was competing with you, and so
I
it
could
had to die.
hear.
Oh,
I
we
could
got a
hear
Tinkerbell.
and a Tinkerbell.
I know.
Tinkerbell is on the stream.
I know.
Puppies for the algorithm.
Whoa, look, we
Thanks.
just got 100,000 subscribers. 'Cause Tinkerbell.
Whoa! Amazing. That
So
was
what you're
really
saying
good.
is we just need to stream
Good
every
girl,
day and have
100,000
Tinkerbell
subscribers.
on the stream for like
I
10
think
minutes
so.
and be done with it.
Someone get a kitten. Ben, you have a kid, although he's not allowed on the internet.
I mean, I could go
Yeah,
get
my
Pippin.
wife.
That's a good idea.
My wife
He's
doesn't want my
squirrely.
child on the internet.
Pippin is squirrely, though also cute. The internet does love corgis.
That's the truth. But he
Corgi,
wouldn't.
corgi butts, to be specific.
That's very true. It's right here, actually. He's right here. You guys can't see him. You'll never know, but he's right here with me.
Oh my God, he just did a backflip.
Holy
Wow.
cow. Backflips indeed.
I like it. I like it.
So I'm just saying, next week we got a pretty busy week, guys. We had a lot of stuff happening
Yes, we do.
in the world, which is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Should we just dive right in?
What,
I feel like
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday next week?
Yeah, that's a 3-video week. That's
That's
a big
crazy.
week for us.
The
So-
biggest.
You can't see the excitement on my face, but it's there.
It's
Are
pretty
you-
exciting.
Wait, time out. Real talk, Tony. Are you miserable with this? Has it been like hell getting this all together?
How do I answer this?
Honestly, please.
Honestly, and with gusto.
I would say if it is, it's because of my head movies and how I would want to present all of these videos and what will actually transpire.
Like at the expectation and like what like the vision you have for what they could be, and then like
Yeah, like
Yeah.
well, obviously as you guys, I mean, we're doing our Luke sketch,
yeah.
which is great. And I think I'm gonna have like a first draft because that one's hard because I have a lot of modifications to all the videos and there's like 2 green screen layers.
Sure. Okay.
And I like it as far as
Awesome.
what it looks like.
Dude, you've done great jobs with all of them. I'm sure it's gonna be
Killed
fantastic.
it, man.
I'm making it very Star Warsy. So like
Okay.
so I made
Sweet.
all you guys like very blue and very grainy,
I can't wait.
which
Yes.
I think is cool and looks good.
I love it, dude.
But I don't know,
I'm
like
so
as far as
excited.
video quality is concerned and stuff like that.
Whatever, man.
We'll see what happens. But
It's gonna be
I
great.
think it's gonna be okay. But
Yeah.
it's hard to see the playback on Premiere Pro with all of that going on.
Because
No,
it's hard to
that makes
process.
sense.
So I'm gonna have to do it all at once, and then probably do a render
Trust.
and once over, and then look at any problem areas that I really want to change, and hopefully I'll be able to manipulate those. But so that's just been
Yeah.
taking up a lot because I do want to make it look like the whole Star Wars.
All those
hologrammy kind of
red patches on the timeline. I know
Dude,
exactly what you're
thing.
talking
The whole
about.
timeline is red.
Yeah, you can do a post render thing
Yeah,
that like makes those play smoother, but like then it renders in the background. But then if you make a change, it has to redo it.
Yes.
So it's like
so I think I was just gonna put it together once, do a full render, and then watch it and see what problem areas there are.
Awesome,
Yeah.
dude. I
And
believe
then-
in you.
For
killing
the
it, bro.
finale, for our Beyond the Feywild finale on Saturday, I wanted to try to make something of a different intro.
I mean,
But if
man,
it
you
doesn't
get-
come to fruition, that's
Yeah.
fine. But I was gonna try to make the recaps that we have, like the previously on. I was
Yeah.
gonna make that a about to see. So when I'm editing the finale, I was gonna take bits and pieces of like and put the upcoming stuff rather than
Yeah.
the previously on.
Yeah.
So
Just don't forget the in memoriam.
that too, we need to do the in memoriam
always.
because Grognex certainly.
Spoilers? Question mark.
But and then we have Rose Up, which is on Thursday, which I don't know what I was gonna do with an intro for that, but I'll figure it out.
It could just be a live stream, man. Like it's fine. It's
I
just-
absolutely believe you in figuring it out. That is a big, big week. Tony, as our editor, thank you, man. I just thank you.
Yeah,
We-
I mean it's all coming together and it's gonna happen. I just how much I want to be able to put into it is
Yeah.
what's gonna end up being. So
No
well,
doubt.
as the backup editor, if you need some help, just please let me know.
yeah, man, I shall.
You got this, man. So through 3 major videos on 3 different things, like not just like another episode of gameplay or a
Yeah, it's true. It's true. No, the collaborations with Luke have been awesome.
Yes.
And I really like Ben. I love all those scripts that you came up with. So I'm excited to see this one.
yeah, no, this one was a little out there, I guess. I don't know. It was I feel like I say that every time though. I'm like, yeah, this one was a little bit I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know.
But-
It definitely takes some digs, so we'll see
It
what
was
happens.
but Luke really wanted to do something about the D&D film, the movie that's coming out.
Right. At first I was like, what are we even talking about? Like,
And then it sort of
You guys
became
pretty much
this,
just
like-
yelled owlbear for like 4 hours.
That's what I remember from that filming session.
An hour and 42 minutes of footage, I think, is being parsed down to 3 minutes of video.
I remember
to be
sweating.
fair, a couple of those were like full read-throughs that we just hadn't read through yet, so it was just like
Right.
I was
yeah,
able to
there's-
cut a lot of that pretty quickly, but yes,
We just-
it was an hour 40 minutes.
You just, it's the first rule of any good comedy film. It's just always be rolling,
I remember
it was
being
the owlbear thing, wasn't it?
I was gonna say I remember being very sweaty in that blanket. And I remember being regretting
You wore a blanket.
the war. I remember regretting the choices I made vocally.
yeah, your voice
By the
was
end
pretty
of-
much shot. So it's a good thing we weren't filming anything else that day. That was good.
But I did that too. I kind of created like a desk setup, so then your guys' background for that, and I took a picture, so now I have a background for that with like my laptop and the hat.
Oh, sweet!
So it kind of brought it all together. But
Awesome, dude.
I was like, what's gonna be the hologram's background? I was like, oh, I need to figure that out, but it was easy.
Awesome, man.
Dude, that's great.
I have some sort of filter on. I'm not a cat.
I mean, we should have, but now next time we'll all just be cats. Again, cats and dogs.
I think that joke was made, and I was like, damn it, why didn't I include that in the sketch? But so then the second part of the sketch, for those of you who are like, I have no idea what the hell they're talking about, because maybe the video hasn't come out yet. But the second half of the sketch is sort of like Tony has a character in the first sketch that's on Luke's channel, and then we sort of see like who's pulling the strings of his like super awesome YouTube channel.
Yes.
That is fictional entirely, because for legal purposes, I have to say it's not modeled after any real YouTuber.
I mean, but it isn't actually. Like, there isn't.
Not that we're aware of, at least.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
I don't know, man.
We'll see.
I had a few
I don't know
people.
what you guys are talking.
I got to
I had a
deliver
few
the
people in
line,
mind.
and I was excited about that.
Yep, the line.
There's a bunch, man, and you did great with your act. No, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see. I think we all did a good job. I'm proud of us all.
So that's the first video of our
Tuesday
week. And then Thursday is Rose Up. It's the actual. It's the day of. It's the day of the play, and that is. We're gonna have a video. We do a special one shot that Nick came up with. I guess we sort of collectively sort of decided on we were going to do a dungeon run, and so for those of you who don't know, the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation is what we're raising money for, and it is It is the Rose Up Challenge, right? Is that what it's called, like officially?
Yeah, I think in 2020 when everything went shut down as far as like fundraising is concerned, this
Right.
A offshoot of fundraising was called the Rose Up, where all cystic fibrosis people can do whatever they want. It doesn't have to be like the walk. It doesn't have to be. They could just choose whatever they want to do and live stream it, or just have a intro,
Fundraising
little,
page.
fundraising page about it, and then people can go and fundraise in that way. So we decided our second annual last year. We decided to do a D&D dungeon crawl.
Yeah,
We made it more palatable this year.
Yes.
but-
if you have 5 hours,
You can watch the first one.
to be
yes.
fair,
5 hours
we've
of
gotten a
the
couple
lamest fun,
comments.
the most intense combat you can handle.
We've gotten a couple comments that the payoff is worth it. So
it's pretty great. I mean, I might recommend just skipping to like round
60.
40,
No,
45. I don't know.
Just skip the first 2 hours because things really pick up after that. And like Racy is awesome, and like actually, there's some really cool stuff that happens.
Yeah.
There really is. I mean, it's all great.
It's a really fun one shot. And this year we see the return of both Tony's character as Tony in Fantasy World and Iron Lung, Max's character, who's a crazy built Warforged.
Yeah,
amazing.
Shout out D4 and Colby and all those builds that they make. Like, I mean, N of 1, small sample set. But that Artificer Wizard take is legit. So,
dude, you were slinging some high level
Came
spells.
in clutch in this
way
one.
impressed. Well,
for
also
sure.
To be fair, though, like he was able to keep some of the things that he had from the first Rose Up. So,
That's
you know,
true.
Helm of Brilliance, not a bad thing to have. Wand of Fireballs, always good.
Yeah.
Yes.
More explosions, always handy.
Yeah.
Always handy.
Yeah. And I got to make a fun one-shot character that doesn't need any. We have no further things to say.
Save
about
that for the.
Yeah.
I will say
I
that.
apologize in advance to everybody.
No, you did great. Yeah, you did great in so many ways, and that'll make more sense on Thursday. But no, we did. We learned from last year, and we're like, okay, well, instead of doing 65 rounds of combat, like let's set a real world timer and have 65 minutes to get through this dungeon.
Or
That
bad
results
things
in a
happen.
much more digestible video.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah, you don't need 5 hours. You need an hour and 5 minutes.
Indeed.
There ish.
with a little preamble
Yeah.
and recap at the end. So
Yeah.
it's maybe an hour and a half, or it's less than that. Hour 15 of your time.
Good news is I got that timer to work, so that's good.
Oh, sweet,
Nice.
man.
Hell yeah!
I have a lot of I did a lot of legwork this week on all of videos, so now it's
Oh,
like
dude.
I should just be able to edit all of them because I did all the
Killing
the
it.
initial
prep.
stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So- That's why it was a burly, just like a burly
Yeah, dude.
week. It wasn't editing; it was just setting up editing.
Yeah. Badass, man. Like I appreciate you, Tony.
Yeah, man.
We
I appreciate
all do.
what you do.
Thanks,
Yeah. And then Saturday.
Finale time. Beyond the Feywild. This is what a week to go out on for this campaign.
No, it
It's
worked out.
awesome.
It's just a buildup of 3 videos, and that's the last one. So I think it worked out
And
pretty
then-
well as far as that's concerned.
I mean, we are well on the way to needing a level 3 video as well, as we were talking about before the stream.
Yeah.
When
Crazy.
we are
By my calculations, once that sketch drops on the 20th, we will be level 3.
I mean, there's a damn good chance of it.
History
Perfect
of
world.
this summer. That's pretty much what's happened.
Yeah.
it's been if the other videos are anything to go off of, so we just used
Yeah.
them to level up. So yeah, if you are not subscribed, I mean, I don't know how you found this live stream, but good for you.
I
Make
tweeted
sure
it.
you're subscribed. Help us
No
out.
hashtags though.
You know,
Yeah, I'm bad with Twitter. I'm the oldest one here. I shouldn't be on social media.
I'm not allowed to. My
Nobody should be
medication.
on social media.
I mean, you are not wrong, sir. There are all sorts of correlate, and neither here nor there.
No.
It's hard. It's hard to be.
Subject for another video.
Social media is hard, man. It's
It's
hard
hard.
to have a social media presence.
It's
We've
hard.
all attempted. Like, you know,
In some
And
way,
Tony
shape,
was
or
our
form.
Instagram guru for a long time. I tried
Dude.
to do Facebook because
Oh.
apparently some people are still doing that.
Oh.
Not me.
I wanted
But-
to, man. I tried with the Twitters. Like, I put a good couple months into going hard, and it killed my soul.
It did.
Doesn't it,
And I don't
though?
blame you. It's social media is a thing. I think there's a reason that people hire social media experts and social media companies to
There's
do
a
it.
reason they export this shit, right?
Yeah, it's like it's
Can we do a one-off one day of just taking down the social media empire?
yes, fighting our way. And it's just a warforged named Mark Zuckerberg at the end.
No, see, I actually like doing something reverse where like there's a good twist at the end where like we all make social media characters and think we're fighting the good fight only to come in the
That's-
end
That's the reality of it.
to realize like,
We've
oh,
played right into the algorithm's hands.
I don't have any ideas about the story for this, but I want a character, a werewolf named Lycan Subscribe.
Yes. Yes. I am.
or would it be a druid like in
Yeah.
in Moss?
Oh yeah, you could do it that way too.
Yeah.
My name is
A
Lycan
druid
Subscribe.
werewolf.
There you go.
A druid with lycanthropy. That'd be cool.
And
You can already wild shape. So.
and a fetish for moss. Um,
Now you're just making Caduceus. Like that's, from Critical Role.
I don't. Okay.
He was a furball druid, but he
Oh.
was very much obsessed with moss and decay
Oh.
stuff
Oh, okay. Cool.
There you
and
go.
tea. And he made a lot of weird teas. So I feel
Oh.
like you would actually like Caduceus, but
No, it sounds like a great character. I love tea
I mean, that could be a
and
good.
moss.
That could be a good what's it called? Antagonist for the next Rose Up, to be honest. Just growing moss in lungs. That's not great.
Like and subscribe.
That's pretty good. That's the best thing we've come up with today. That's absolutely great.
I would concur.
Yeah. So we got, man.
Yeah, I mean, our finale,
the corner.
we're falling out of the air right now.
Yes, for those of you who are keeping up with the campaign, it is at a pivotal moment.
We stopped all of the rituals, but we didn't really think about what that was going to mean.
We didn't think about how to get down from the floating tower in the city that is
Flying
being
broom.
raised. You're fine. You have a broom.
No, you don't.
No, I
lost
guess
There
it.
was an anti-magic. I popped out of like my wild shape, so I'm just Jastian falling now instead of a dire wolf. Your broom is just a broom.
it is.
Yep.
Goodbye, Quidditch career. It was it was real.
Illinsworth Aftermath of Beyond the Feywilds, the Quidditch career.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. He'd
That
probably
would-
be a mean Quidditch player.
Oh, probably.
He'd be a
Sneak
seeker.
attack,
Yeah,
sure.
just bonus
Sneak
action.
attack and all-
Yeah, I don't know if
Hide
he'd be a
as bonus
seeker.
action.
Yeah, exactly. Behind other people, yeah, it'd be some dastardly scoring.
Yeah, I was about to say, you'd be a chaser, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually forgot. It wasn't until I rewatched that episode, like tinkering with the description and stuff. Like, I'm very proud. I forgot of Illinsworth and how that all ended out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I thought it was
I
funny
will-
that Gord probably like made the most progress up the tower first, and then he was the last one to get up there.
Yeah. Hey, man. Being first. It's not always
It
the
was-
sprinters.
I was like, I'm gonna get there, and then all of a sudden the force field comes up. I'm like, oh well, now I can't jump through, and you guys just went zoop. You guys just misty stepped
Ball
up there.
a force field would actually be a different genre.
It's a wall of force.
Thanks,
Shit.
Nick. I
Genre mixing alert. Whoop, whoop.
if it
My
if it, make-
games, never.
if it makes you feel better, Tony, like, so we leveled up those rose up characters, right? Like, we started the first one, we were at 10. You know, this last one we were at 12, which meant picking new spells. And until I was looking, and I didn't want to get like too, but Misty Step is what I chose. I was
Dude.
like, man, exact.
Yep.
Yes.
It's so useful. It's not even funny.
It's the best. That's
Like
why
when Gord
Faye
got
touched.
that. Yeah, when Gord got that from his paladin subclass, I think I was like,
Dude.
wow, a paladin that hits this hard with Misty Step, that is gnarly.
Mobility.
Yeah.
Yeah, mobility plus melee.
Yeah,
That works.
it works very well. For those of you playing the home game, take notes.
Yes. It's
The
pretty
home
awesome.
game, which in this case is D&D 5th edition.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to see.
All y'all are munchkins, and I hate your characters, and I hope they die.
Well, we'll find out
It's-
if they die.
You're not wrong.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Illinsworth is an arcane trickster through and through. Like, never deviated in any sort of class build, never did anything like that. Like, all the choices I made were either ones that you presented or like standard choices.
I don't know. How dare you play a single class that works?
For shame.
You know what?
Yeah.
We're all switching to GURPS. We're playing bunnies and burrows. You're a bunch of rabbits.
Yay.
I bet we could have a good time.
Yep. That's 2 carrots on a D6 roll.
As long as we're busting out the obscure systems. Amber in chat just mentioned Paranoia a little while ago.
Oh, nice.
You're
Yeah.
not cleared for that, citizen.
I can't possibly.
I know nothing about Paranoia.
Paranoia, it's a great system, but it sucks. Don't play it.
If you wouldn't mind elaborating, sir.
No, 9 out of 10. No, Paranoia is the sort of thing that you play as a relief game when you're sort of between D&D games, at least in my experience. Paranoia is a lot of fun to play once or twice. Basically, you are characters in a dystopian future where an insane AI runs everything, and everybody is a rebel against the computer or a mutant, and everybody, basically the whole game is based around accomplishing the mission that friend computer gives you without violating your security clearance, which is literally impossible. It's a lot of cheap deaths. Your character has like 8 clones that you start the game with, so when you inevitably die, you just get released from a vat.
You just activate another clone, and you're like, okay.
And, it has possibly the most ingenious anti-rules lawyering measure I've ever seen in a game. Players are not authorized to read the player's handbook.
That's kind of
If
cool.
the players ever quote the rules, they have demonstrated that they have broken the rules and are immediately executed by the computer for violating your security.
Wow.
That's
That's
not like the
amazing.
Rick and Morty episode where he just keeps jumping to all the fascist realities.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably, yes. There's probably some inspiration there. It's
Yeah.
it's a fun thing to play like at a convention and not try to build a long-term story around.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that idea. I like it. That's fun. Rose up next year, huh, guys?
Paranoia.
We'll do Paranoia.
Maybe. I'm down for whatever. You know me.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's a mutant and a rebel, and
Yeah.
you have to be able to prove that the other players are mutants and rebels without revealing yourself as a mutant or a rebel.
Sounds a little like coup.
I
Very
think-
exciting.
Like,
play that.
cool. Like, yeah, that's cool.
No, coup. COUP.
Oh, right. Chickens. Sure.
It's in this weird, like, futurist. It's a card. It's sort of a deck game, and everybody gets a role. It's sort of like Werewolf, One Night Werewolf. Have you ever seen that one?
Mm-hmm.
That's about, but like in this weird future utopia, dystopia, and you're like, it's sort of like if everyone in Dune had a chance to like sit on a nice place for a second and like just be like, oh no, you are starting the insurrection, but everyone's starting an insurrection, and it's current political climate aside, it's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fun game. There's also it's not coup. There's another game called shit. I can't remember. And it's basically like someone's a spy, and you have to figure out who it is, and everyone thinks they're the spy, but no one's really the spy.
Sure.
It's fine. Never mind. It's
Sounds like a
gone.
big waste of time.
Yeah. No. No. There's lots of games like that. I enjoyed Scion, the few sessions that we played, Nick.
Oh yeah, that runs
Um,
off the Exalted system.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's fun. It's,
Cool.
we've chased a rabbit here and ended up talking about a lot of games that are not ours. But
I
still.
mean, whatever. So then I'm curious. All right, I'll bring it back around. So Nick, I'm most curious about the dude with the sword and the whip who was like, we failed all of our checks to be like, hey, do you recognize this guy? But I definitely was. I mean, I was a dastardly person to put in front of a door we needed to get through.
I know.
So talk more about whip
Wait,
sword guy.
What?
Yeah, Whip
Who?
Sword Guy. He was an actual. He was not just some bumpkin that got recruited into the Elven KKK. He was an actual Elven soldier of Evermeet who was sympathetic to the Eldreth Valuthra. So he showed up, and he was a great big problem because I
Sure
built
was.
him using PC rules. Which is always something that's really fun to do. Suddenly, these guys have powers.
Yeah,
and I
NPCs
gave
with player levels can be crazy.
Yeah, no, and it's one of the best ways to make a meaningful encounter. And his job was to keep you from getting through that damn door, and I made him very, very good at that.
Oh, the last trapdoor? The last door?
Yeah, the hatch up to the top.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
remember
so-
him now.
So we were level 8, right?
Yeah.
What level did you make him, and what build?
No, he was a. He was a, I believe, a blade singer.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So he had some magic powers, but mostly the problem was he had a reach weapon and the Sentinel feat. So he could like stop you cold with a whip attack.
That's what happened to you,
whenever-
Max.
Yes.
Yeah, whenever you were
remember that
trying
now.
to move through his enlarged, threatened area.
Yeah.
So basically, getting anywhere near that door, he was like, "Nope." His whole role was to make sure you had to actually deal with the encounter below that before you could go up and fight Lysander.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hence
so-
wall of force, hence reach weapon with Sentinel.
Yeah, precisely. So
Good
I'm
design.
not an idiot. When I built a vertical encounter map, I know that Illinsworth has a broom of flying, so I had to account for a couple of things.
Yeah.
Not the least of which is making sure Illinsworth didn't just fly up to Lysander and get the shit kicked out of him before the party could help him at all.
I mean, that's also a fair point.
That probably would have happened.
Yeah.
But
I
well,
don't know,
and
Gordon was a
that
close
is also
second.
a way of
Jumping up through the middle. So
no, yeah, the jumping up to the middle was a good idea. That totally worked.
What level was that dude, if you remember? I'm just trying to think
I
from like.
believe I scaled him to the party, so I think he
Oh.
was also an 8th level character.
all right.
Okay. And like as far as equipment, like, and I know I'm asking for specifics of something that happened like months ago
Oh,
in the
sure.
real world, but like, how did you? Because we have a bunch of magical stuff, man. It's the end of the campaign, right? And so, like, how did you scale that with the whip guy?
Well, basically, I mean, I didn't like give him treasure on a parody with you, but I gave him like 1 or 2 helpful things. I think he had a couple of health potions.
He did.
He had a wand that I don't think ever ended up using.
Okay.
And his whip was magical, so he had an easier time hitting you guys with it.
Did we disarm him? I feel like somewhere down the line we like disarmed him and made him almost useless.
No.
There was a dude that you disarmed. Basically, the mooks that were with him all had tower shields and were using them to try to physically block
Yeah,
you from the
and
door.
They did a good job for 2 rounds on Gord, and then finally
you
I was like, you
definitely
know what? I'm
disarmed one of
plowing
those
through
guys.
these guys.
Well, and I think Ben might have thrown a fireball too, because I remember.
Yeah, I think you definitely threw a fireball, and I think you toasted the hag in the bushes.
Yeah, I took care of the first level.
But I
With
think
just-
the second
And
one.
the wand of fireballs was no more after that.
Oh, so then you must have just Eldritch blasted the whip sword guy. So I'm pretty sure you took him out.
Did I? I think I was like, you guys had whittled him down, and I was just like, oh, he's holding them up. Bam, bam. And
Maybe?
I got 2 pretty strong hits on him, I think. Maybe
That
2
sounds-
rounds of that, but
It's been a minute since I've watched the video.
yeah, I should have brushed up again, but
It's okay.
We're just recalling stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy. And then I'm trying to ask questions without giving too much away spoiler wise, but like, do you recall, Nick, where we were when we stopped the ritual? Like, we are plummeting now.
Right.
Geographically, where were we? Like, how much time did we have before?
You guys actually got up there pretty quickly. So you didn't actually get away from Mithranor. The
Okay.
tower just went straight up, basically.
Okay.
And it was bringing like Feltonthar with it, the devastated enclave. It was starting to bring that up. And then, like, before it could even reach like the height it was going for, it all came crashing down again.
It didn't
So
get
then-
to go horizontally.
Yeah. How long would it have taken to go horizontally to, like, how much time did we have is sort of my meta question.
Before we got to Elminster's house.
Yeah, before you got to Shadowdale or wherever he was going to drop that.
Do you know
It
where?
probably would not. It probably would have taken at least an hour for him to get where he wanted to go and drop the city.
And drop the flying city. Okay.
So
So
this was this is a thing that was not going to happen with you guys still alive, obviously. So
What if we had
Okay.
stowed away in the tower, like just like grabbed onto it and just held like on the outside of the piece? There's something on the wing, like
well, then we probably would have had to have an action-packed sequence where you try to climb the tower while
And then
it ascends, and I don't know, he's raining Eldritch Blast down on you or something.
and
That
then
would have
we
been fun.
knock on Elminster's door saying, "Hi, we're here for the garden party."
Did you have a town in mind of like where that was going to go?
Yes, actually. Well, it not a specific town, but it was going to crash over Shadowdale, which is where Elminster lives.
Gotcha. And where is
Because screw that guy.
where
Yeah,
is
and it's
Shadowdale?
not far from Airedale. It would have devastated the whole region. Yeah, basically, it's all part of the Dale Lands.
Yep.
This little confederacy of cities out there by Cormyr.
Got you. So then did you have like a countdown going starting from like when we got to the door about how long it took us to get through how the ritual was progressing, or did like the countdown for the ritual timer start when we got inside?
Well, basically, I designed it around the idea that you would be able to get in and would have this climactic battle. So I basically started the counter when you guys got past the original door. Had the door managed to stymie you for longer than I expected, then we would have had to figure something else out. But I had a pretty good sense that was how this was going to go.
And boy, did it stymie us.
So yeah,
R.I.P.
you guys
Carrot
were
Hammer.
on a countdown. The more time that passed, the less survivable this whole thing became. But you guys did manage to pull it off in time to where you were able to not let anything but the city that was already ruined get ruined by the flying thing.
Good job, heroes. When you say survivable, do you mean the actual fight with Lionel, or do you mean the consequences?
I basically mean the consequences.
Okay, I thought so.
Basically, like some sort of interesting catastrophe is waiting in the wings had you failed, of course, and we would have those would have been fun to explore, and perhaps we will someday. But no, you guys pretty much got the best possible outcome of all this.
Yeah, I'm curious as
that's
to
fair.
like what. Yeah, like I want to go through all the like we were told there's a platinum ending, there's this ending, there's another one, and there's probably a Black Tuesday ending, and
Well, I would love to hear the Darkest Timeline ending.
darkest timeline. That's the best way to put it.
We'll
But
go over that after the finale drops.
well, that's what I was going to say.
That
Like,
live
yeah, we
stream.
put a pin on that, and we'll have to talk.
That'll
Next
be on
live
the stream
stream.
on the 1st, I believe, is kind of what we have marked. but-
Nice.
Okay.
So we'll
First
be able
on
to
the
wrap
first.
up all of
Welcome to
those
endings.
questions before we go off to LayerCon.
Yeah. Most of us.
Most of us, 75%
Sorry,
of
Mac.
us.
That's all right, man. It's good. I made the right choice. Go to be in your friends' weddings.
Go to your friends' weddings.
Yeah.
Go to your friend's wedding.
Yeah. Like
But if you're not going to your friend's weddings that week, sign up for my game.
oh,
Yeah.
True.
no doubt. That's going to be a good time. I will be with you all in the spirits, and by all means, please keep the group text thriving while you all are there. Please.
Yes, we're going. Nick and I are both running a game. Mine's Saturday evening. Nick's is Friday evening.
Which I believe I'm going to play in Ben's, is what I signed up for.
Yeah. So
Nice.
the slots at this point, the slots are still pretty wide open if you have a premium pass, because I think it's just early registration right now, and I'm not sure how many premium passes they sold or who's like waiting till the last minute. But you can play in a premium game with Nick or I, and I'm going to play in Nick's game, I think.
And I'm going to play in Ben's game.
And you're going to play in my game.
Aw.
And maybe if like none of the slots fill up, you guys are all playing in my game too. So that's, going to be fun.
I kind of thought that too, like day of, if there's only 2 people signed up. or
Oh,
whatever,
for
then
sure.
I'll just
Sidle up.
slide,
like, hey,
slide in there.
Like, hey, what's up?
it's fancy
Yeah.
meeting you. So now I'm curious, Ben, you're running.
Disney
I'm
World.
running the happiest place in Toral,
Yeah. Okay. I thought so.
which is sort of my stupid take on Disney World, but like psychotic Banksy Disney World.
And Nick, what are you? Yeah. And wait, Ben, what levels?
It's a level 8 campaign.
Level 8. Nick, what are you doing?
I'm doing a level 3 campaign. It's called The Three Faces of Evil. It's an adaptation from my favorite module in the 3rd edition era. And I updated it to 5e, and we're going to have a good time running it.
Oh, is this? Are you getting into some cute shit?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
The age of worms shall rise again.
So
Bring
many
your
worms.
burning
Such a good
hands,
module.
y'all.
I'm going to write a video essay about that module someday.
Dude, I had a blast playing through it, man.
I've run it. I've played it once, and I've run it well, counting ones that I didn't finish, I think 4 times I've run that module.
Wow.
I've read through the second edition version of the Age of. Maybe is it the Council of Worms? It's something like that. There's a
I'm
book.
not sure
There's a
what-
campaign.
about that
Now,
one,
Council of
actually.
Worms was actually a box set they set out where they put out rules for making dragon characters.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like worms with a Y.
Oh, is that
Correct.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Just
there.
like Kane with a Q.
And Kevin with a Q.
Kevin with a Q.
Can you
That'll
hate
make
that?
sense someday.
Nobody knows what that is yet.
I hate that bird. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm excited. I want to hear all of the stories of how
It's
it
gonna
goes.
be great. And if you want, you can. I'm doing a workshop Friday afternoon before the game.
Yeah.
For a couple hours that we're gonna paint some minis. We're gonna do a mini workshop, and as you can see, that's what I like to do in my spare time. I don't know how much of the screen you can see, but my mini painting stuff
Oh, we
is
can
behind
see
me.
all of it.
Nice. So yeah, we're gonna do there's a little mini painting kit that you'll get if you get to do. We limited the number of slots to 10, but you get a mini to paint and take home with you, which is very exciting. So we have some paints and brushes and maybe some special stuff that I like to use that I'll share with the group. And
I
then
thought about doing that too, because then that could level up having someone else on PeakD&D being able to paint.
well, heck, I'll give you the workshop for free sometime, Tony. You don't have to come to LayerCon to do it.
You don't have
Well,
to travel all the way to Florida.
I'm
wanna-
traveling there anyway.
Just
Yeah, but
just
maybe you'll.
for-
I don't know, man. Maybe there'll be other things for you to do. Maybe you'll mingle with the peoples. Who knows?
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
for sure. But I'm excited about it. I'm basically going to tell you how I amassed an army of plastic. So and we'll paint some minis and Bob Ross it.
And Ben, all the terrain that you see on gameplay, all the minis that you see, that's all Ben for the most part.
He's all the
And-
front. He's the front end production.
He is. Yeah, pre-production. Tony is post-production. Nick comes up with the stories, and they just let me hang out. So that's cool.
You're our staff writer. Everyone knows this.
No way, man. You write the sketches.
You write the
But
ideas,
you write
though.
all the D&D ideas,
That's true.
and
Um,
you're sort of our guiding. You're our guiding light. Max.
Namaste. But Ben, if you would do me a favor and please bring up the gray plastic shame at some point in your
Oh,
in
yeah. I'll
your
be like,
workshop.
now we all have a giant box of gray plastic shame. That we all. Once you get into this hobby, you too will have.
Do you
I
have
mean, I'm
it?
looking
Do you
under my
have it?
desk, and there's probably 15 boxes of just unpainted
Of shame.
shit that I've never
15
opened.
boxes of shame, not just one.
Oh yeah, it just sort of becomes a giant pile of shame, gray plastic shame. Like I mean, even at the studio, I have dozens of gray minis that I have not painted us.
We've used a few.
Yeah, of course. I didn't realize that all of this led to shame for you, Ben. I take back the health of this.
Well, it's
habit.
just because it's one of those habits. You're like, that meme with the dude who's like checking out the other girl,
Yes.
and he's with the other girl. It's like my unpainted minis is the girlfriend, and then me is the guy, and then it's like new minis is the other girl I'm
Yeah.
checking out. It's like I should paint what I have, but no, I'm going to buy more.
To paint, never.
Yeah, I have been buying more pre-painted stuff just for production like- and library growth, because in my head I'm like, I need one of everything, and I know I'm never going to paint it, so I've been buying some of the WizKids stuff, and that is not the way to go. If you want to amass a lot of minis and do it on the cheap, don't buy the pre-painted ones from Wizards of the Coast, because WizKids, because while they're cool, they're only like decently painted, and they're expensive. Like, I mean, unless you're buying the cases of them, like, and even then, like, that's expensive. But the best way to go, we'll talk about this in the workshop. There's a lot of ways you can go about if you just want to
We're teasing.
have minis on we're teasing it.
Yeah.
If you want to have a lot of minis on the table or at your disposal, if you're a DM, or if you're like involved, or if you're hosting the game, or if you're involved, in D&D, there's a lot of ways that you can if you're not DMing, you can like, hey, I have a bunch of minis. Do you want to play with them? And like, you know, make friends. Just like in first grade, you just be like, hey, I have a toy. Do you want to play with it?
So instead of a paint kit, what you should do is give everybody a box of shame.
Buy minis. Step 1, buy minis. Step 2, make friends. Step 3, profit. In this TED talk, I hope to.
I was just thinking of like, you know, like in like if you go to a convention, you get like the magazine that has like all of the panels and all of the things. And so I was just thinking of like the write-up for your MIDI plastic painting that says like comes with box of shame. Like,
Yeah.
what? I don't know if that's a selling point.
No, because we're gonna paint it in 2 hours. So that's the whole. So it'll be a painted mini that'll be done, so you can play with it.
Yay.
Put it in your games. I don't know which kit we're getting, so it's gonna be interesting to see, like, because everyone's gonna paint the same thing.
Oh,
It's gonna
okay.
be like a large size mini on 2-inch base. So
Sweet. That makes sense. I mean, if you're just starting out, I imagine more surface area is easier.
a
than
little
less
bit
surface
bigger of a
area.
fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to. We're not gonna paint like eyes today, like small tiny eyes. They suck. But eyes is literally the worst thing about painting. Like,
Okay.
there's a lot, but painting eyes to get, because you can get one, you always get one good eye, and then you get
Then you
one,
get
like,
one that's just like
janky
a-
eye, and then it's like
Which would be
my
perfect
left
for
eye is
Race-T.
always great.
Which of Illensworth's eyes was the janky eye?
Oh.
It's usually the inside one for me. Like, so I'm right-handed, so going on the other side of the face. So the left, the right eye is usually the bad one for me.
Okay.
Painter's
Like crossing the face.
Painter's
Yeah, painter's left.
but the right eye.
If
of
you're
the
right-handed,
mini.
if you're left-handed, and there's a bunch of different ways you can go about, like, you know, flipping the mini upside down and turn it, but then you're like at a different angle, so then you have to like correct, and it's just, I hate painting eyes. It's so hard, and some people can do it so beautifully, and I'm just not.
So we should just
good
all
at it.
have minis that have soulless eyes that don't.
There you
even have
go.
pupils.
Well, that's the opportunity, right? But like, and so it's different for us because ours, there's a difference between like table ready and like what we do, because, you know, we don't have close-ups often, but like, you know, the minis need to look good from a few feet away, and opposed to like most minis look fine from a few feet away, but on camera they tend to look a little bit less
Oh.
bold.
Maybe
and
we should
less
get a close-up
dynamic.
camera.
Yes.
washed, yeah.
I think we could, the camera could, if we could get to a point where I can switch the shots random, like, so that we can get
Yeah.
a full screen version of the battle cam at important moments.
Yeah.
Which I think we just have to do a little more research.
Do you-
but that's my goal for season 2. Campaign
After
2.
what happened with Rose Up, is that something you want to do?
I don't know.
I mean, but that's an important.
Maybe it
Look-
was the TV screen approach.
Well-
that seems to be where the problem is.
I mean,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Adding technology.
Well, yeah. No. Obviously, if that, yes, if there was, you are correct. But I think it's important, just because you have the ability or you think it would look cool, doesn't mean it's something that you should do or that it's something you want to do. So like, I appreciate, and it does sound cool, Ben, being able to like switch that shot. But if that's something you're going to be doing during gameplay, then the most important question is that something you want to be doing during gameplay? And we don't need answers now, just something to think about.
I mean, in my head movies, in theory, it's easy because it's a press of a button. It's just a matter of knowing which button to press and what camera is which.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that, Ben. Correct
Tony
me
was
if I
doing
am.
some active scrolling on the camera, like
That's
we were.
true.
But you just
we
have to
were
know, because I think that panel that we have, like, you have a button for camera 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just have to know which one's which. So then, and which one you're switching to. So once you're adept at knowing that stuff, I feel like during gameplay you can be like, oh, this is a moment. Camera 4, click. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to me, it'd be like a
Sweet.
1-shot or 2-shot just to get familiar and comfortable with that.
Well, or just
Of
like, I mean,
playing
it's okay.
and pushing the button kind of thing. Or we get
Yeah.
Will to come out and hang
Well,
out.
I mean, like, and ultimately, like, it's okay. Like, we're allowed to make mistakes. That's okay. Like, yeah, if we're introducing a new piece of technology, we're probably not going to be awesome with it
Right away.
from go. So, like, there's going to be
Yeah.
some rough patches, but that's okay.
Well, that's what I
worth
figured.
doing
I was probably gonna put the link again or donate now when we had our problems on Rose Up in the battle cam footage
Oh,
kind of thing. That's what I was
Perfect.
gonna fix that way. But that's what's nice about that battle cam slot is that I can always put something up post if something goes haywire. So
yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea, man.
Fix it in post. No,
Yeah.
fix it in pre.
that's what I like. Fix it in pre, so then there's less to fix in post.
Yeah.
That's what everyone likes to say. Everyone who's ever done video editing knows that is the truth. Fix it in
before it comes.
Fix
to
it
me.
before.
Well, yeah. I mean, generally speaking, it's better like if you can address the problem before it's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a good strategy.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah. So
I mean,
maybe some pre-production leveling up on campaign 2.
yeah. We'll see. I mean, I like the new background. I'm pleased with the new background so far on the gameplay. And Tony did an awesome job on the background for Rose Up. So we're seeing some really cool stuff now.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to try a couple of things, but I will let you know how that goes.
Oh, okay. Oh, so enigmatic. Ben.
I know. Well, there's a couple of things that I want to do,
Try?
but there's a controller app that I can get that I can control from my iPad.
Oh,
Which
God.
then, that's what unpaid interns are for.
Yeah. And for
gotta get
Tony
some
to try to pick up high school chicks. Cool.
Whoa.
Hey,
Hey, whoa.
what?
Tony, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah, thank you, Nick. I appreciate that.
Let me just rewind there for a second.
Well, that's on the internet forever.
Yeah, cool.
I mean,
Great.
you're not wrong.
No. There.
Great.
Oh man. No, it's just that was going back to a joke that was off camera that was probably not appropriate. Still isn't appropriate, but made me laugh.
It's a common joke amongst all of my friends.
Yeah.
Please
Well,
pick us up.
I've just completely derailed every hope I had.
And
of
that's the
wrapping
stream,
this up.
everybody. We'll talk to you later.
Sorry, I'm embarrassed.
Thank you. No,
I'm
no,
embarrassed,
it's
Tony.
okay.
I'm embarrassed
awesome.
for myself.
I mean, do you guys want to talk about what the
do.
level 3 video idea, or should we save that for off cameras and it be a surprise? I'm good either way.
I think we should save it.
Great. So
But-
then, Nick, what are you? We are coming to the end of Beyond the Feywild, which means that we are starting your campaign and story.
Right.
And what are you most excited about?
Ooh, there's a lot of things I'm excited about. I'm
Okay.
excited to explore the history of D&D with you. I'm excited to set up
Interesting.
what will hopefully be a super awesome meta plot. And I'm really excited to get one of the ideas behind this campaign is that it's mobile, that it's a lot of different places, and that you get to see a lot of the Forgotten Realms through my eyes, essentially. And I'm really excited to share that with you all because I think it's an awesome world full of cool places and cool people to have adventures with. So I'm really excited for that. I'm excited to launch into something that's wholly our own and is our unique flavor of weirdness all over the internet.
Great. No, I dig it, man. I didn't realize. So hearing you just say that, I got like little Manuel tickles. Okay, dark, but
Four of the people who follow us will understand that reference. But
yeah, well, that's okay. That makes me scared now. But speaking of scared, so then I'm curious. What are you, man, you're telling your own story. It's all it's all your own thing. Like, what are you most scared of, man? Are you like afraid of anything with like putting so much out there?
Well, I mean, like any creative type, I'm worried that you won't like the thing I'm creating. That's always just a possibility that you have to live with as a person who makes things.
Yeah.
But
Why do artists always hate their own work? Saves time.
that's true. Because if I hate it first, you can't hurt me anymore.
Yeah, wow. Wow. Okay.
No, but it's like there's an intrinsic vulnerability, I think, that comes with creating something, with putting something out there that the world may or may not like. So, of course, I have that anxiety, but like that's really what makes it worth doing, right? I mean, the fact that it could be, it's not a foregone conclusion, and there might be some misses in with the hits. That's just something you got to roll with if you're going to create.
Yeah.
And it's something I made peace with a while ago, and I hope
Well,
that yeah.
In
I'm
5
also worried
years,
it might accidentally kill you in the second chapter.
Then we'll just make new characters and it's fine. Like that's
death is real. Death is a consequence we've all decided is
Yeah.
viable.
And
Yeah.
our last campaign, all three of us came a death save away from dying. So
I mean, I think I technically did die.
and Ben actually technically died too.
I
There you
did die, but I was resurrected.
Oh, you were, yeah.
Like, within game time. I don't know, 15 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I mean, hey, sometimes snowballs kill you.
Sometimes you go down and you're making death saves from snowballs.
Hey man,
Foreshadowing.
Yeah,
the
that's
snowballs weren't like normal snowballs. Okay, so
They had rocks in them. Small, pebble-sized.
Little bits of
Rocks.
gravel.
hey, a bard with 9 hit points. What do you expect?
That's pretty good, honestly.
Not when they're doing 6 damage per hit.
No, but I mean, in
Well,
general,
that was a really
one
good
con?
roll.
yeah.
You have +1 con. You have 9 hit points, right? Because you have a D8 and then
I might have
+1
10.
for con.
I might have 10,
Yeah.
10 hit
Might
points.
have 10.
I might be at 8. I mean, Nick, you're one of the many reasons why I love you and your superhero grid, but we'll get into all that stuff too. So
I mean,
all of our
it's-
stats are pretty good.
It's better than the days of what? Second/third edition where you rolled your starting hit points.
Oh yeah.
I think that might just. I don't know if that's in the rules.
It's
Is that
an
a generally
additional
accepted rule? I don't know.
thought certainly one campaign that I've played with you guys, maybe not Nick's campaign, but Dave's
most of
when
the
Nick
time.
was there, I'm pretty sure we rolled our first level hit points.
Oh,
Yeah.
you do in other editions. You do. I'm talking about
Yeah.
5th edition.
Oh,
I
fifth
think
edition,
it might be.
no. But
It
that's
might
why
be
I
a
was saying.
codified rule that you start with the max
Yeah.
number of hit points.
Yeah,
at level
it's in the
1.
player's handbook now that you start with your max.
Okay.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I
like
was thinking.
I think it
a
was for
a 2 hit point wizard. Yeah, that was real at level 1.
Or
Oh,
like
for sure.
or like Baldur's Gate when you start your
Yeah.
Just the
guy,
side
it's
is
like-
totally possible.
Sometimes it's 13 hit points at level 1, sometimes it's 4, and you're like, how do I even survive?
Yeah, you're like
In
re-roll.
games like you don't roll a new character.
No. Yeah.
Roll
We've all
better
been
hit
eaten
points.
by wolves outside Candlekeep before.
Oh yeah. That's why you save often.
But again, I think that
yes.
was a good thing that 5th edition rolled in, and I hope they keep it. I hope there's a few things that they keep with the 1 D&D
I mean,
with the next thing.
from
But
what I've seen, they're pretty much keeping everything. They're just making it a lot more, what's it called? Like
Streamlined.
yes, and like buffet style. Like they have rules now that you can if you're gonna pick a background, this is what you pick out of that background. You could do the pre-released, or you can do choose 2 here, choose 1 here, choose 2 here. There's your background.
right. It's still supposed to be compatible with 5th edition, but that's what they said about 4th edition. So
Well, what do you? I mean, just from square one, if you're like, hey guys, we're gonna bring out this new thing, and it's not gonna work with any of the stuff you already have. That's not.
not the best way to start.
No, that's not a good lead in.
Not a great way to start off a new edition, no.
No.
It's
So
more
regardless,
you can order off the menu, or you can buffet style it. Is what I've seen so far.
okay.
Okay, well, look for our 1 D&D video playtest coming out never. And
Yeah,
Maybe
you
Bros
can
Up
already
next
get
year.
the promo keys.
Yeah.
I don't think we've got the numbers for a review copy yet, but
yeah,
we'll
we
do
don't. We didn't get the advance. We're not part of the beta. Damn it!
Whatever.
Anybody can go get the playtest rules, but they are incomplete at best. So that's
I mean, it's a play test.
from what the thing that I'm really upset about that I don't think will stay is that per the rules, DMs can no longer crit. You can't roll.
I
a
didn't like
20.
that either. I do remember that.
Yeah, that is
That's
one
lame.
thing. It is lame. I think it makes it more. It makes it too predictable You know what I mean? Like once
Well,
for damage output.
It's weird
you know what I
things
mean?
that like players get some things, but the DMs don't. And I'm like, well, if the players get them, the DM should have them too.
You should be able to.
Yeah.
I mean, we've homebrewed enough stuff, or
Well-
house ruled some. I wouldn't say homebrew, but house ruled enough stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't love rules that make it so much easier on the players.
Yeah.
In the rules, right?
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
the
I
DM
just-
can make that call hit or miss like
Absolutely.
at the time, but written in makes it weird.
They have codified that any D20 roll can crit or succeed, can crit or crit.
Which I
fail.
knew when I heard that, like Luke was not going to be happy about that because he
Yeah,
he dislikes
doesn't like
skill
that.
checks being able to crit, if you will.
Oh. Okay.
But it's
An
also like,
automatic
it has to
success.
be within reason. Like it's an automatic success. It's not like I take over the kingdom because I rolled a 20 and now the
Right.
king was
No.
like, "Hey, sure,
But-
you can have the kingdom."
I
But
took
I mean,
a
like-
phase spider to go get gored.
But like,
Hey, that was 3 nat 20s, baby.
but like in real life, right? Like every once in a while, like I don't know, you'll make a real life skill check where you like phenomenally succeed, right? Like I don't know, you catch the cup before it's coming off the counter and hits the floor and it doesn't break, or there's like I don't know.
The
I've
odds were
certainly
against you, but we
well, like
managed.
I've critically succeeded and critically failed plenty of times.
Yeah, for sure. It's a little it's unlike, how it's sort of like, oh, I rolled, what I'm trying to think of that guy. Oh, it's One Shot Questers. He does a couple of those, like he'll do real life rolls for stuff like, oh, I got to do my laundry, right? And he rolls a natural 20 and like the laundry does itself, right? Like it jumps out of it like friggin' Magician's Apprentice,
Yes.
like Mickey Mouse. Yeah, like it's not like that. It just means like, hey, you did that laundry really friggin' good.
It's so clean.
It's very clean. It's all folded perfectly, like really well done.
It's the execution. It's not the how.
Yeah,
It's
it doesn't magically happen like super fast, or like you don't have to do it now because it's just done magically.
Yeah.
That'd be like a wish spell, and then you'd be your strength would be 3 after.
No way, dude. Unseen Servant, man. That's like level 1, baby.
Level 1 magic, Unseen Servant.
I'd say it was a good use of Wish.
I'd say it was a good. I wish that my
I
laundry
wish
was done.
that I could do my laundry.
Well, I mean, I guess so. So how late are we running this stream? I think we've been on an hour, right?
We have.
Ish.
Oh, cool.
Cool, man. I enjoy getting to talk with all y'all. You can tell where I'm from.
About all kinds of things today. We went everywhere.
Oh yeah, we were all over the place, but it's nice to have all 4 of us on a stream.
Yeah.
Super exciting.
Well, 3.5.
3.5. Tony, you've been here the whole time.
4
And-
voices.
Your voice has been melodious and informative, so thank you for that. I am excited. I hope that next live stream will have our all will be revealed from the campaign, where we can just pick Nick's brain about everything that could have happened, all the things that did happen, how
Yeah.
they happened.
And hopefully the 2 subscribers that have kept up with all of it have questions.
Yes, some people are kind of current. There's, we
No,
get confused.
Negative Space is definitely there, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something.
Greg.
Maybe that's
Marlo.
something. Maybe that's
Marlo.
something
Yeah,
in the
there's a handful.
community tab on our thing that's that promotes
Oh,
that, and maybe
that's a thing we can do.
poll of some sort of when during that day would you be most likely to tune in to talk about it, so then we can maybe get the most people that would want to ask questions or be a part of that end all know all.
My God.
Nice.
Maybe.
Also, if you're watching today and you've watched any of our videos for any length of time, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks
If
for
you've
checking
watched
out
the
PeakD&D.
5.5 hour Rose Up video from last year, double thank you.
You've
Yeah.
done more than any of us.
5.5 hours of the Rose Up video from last year. I love you.
Yep.
I was just gonna say you've done more than any of us, because I don't think any of us have watched. Tony did because he edited it.
He edited it.
But
I don't think I watched it.
I've watched it at 2 times speed, and I definitely skipped over it a little bit.
I remember editing and I was like, it is long, but the payoff
It's good,
is,
though.
The
It
payoff
is good.
solid.
it's really
And there's
fun to
multiple
see it.
payaffs throughout, but the payoff is
Yeah.
solid.
Well, it was such a big cacophony of like so many minis and so many monsters.
Oh.
And, yeah,
And
it's
so
awesome.
many lame
I
ass
think we
puns.
got into like our what's it called? Our groove at like what, turn 20-ish?
It's yeah, like that
Then we
first.
started like cooking and like actually
Yeah.
going through stuff. But
Yeah.
We started
First
really
third was a bit of a
going through it
slog.
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then we're like, let's go.
Yeah, we
And-
took a little break and we were like, okay, let's figure this shit out because we don't have another. We're gonna be here for 8 hours.
Yeah. Oh,
If
for
we keep
sure.
going.
Like that. Well, that was 10 rounds. Yeah. No, Racy's my favorite.
Racy was
Racy's my favorite
Racy-
character I've ever made.
Oh, so amazing.
because didn't we get him to play with us at some point?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we teamed up. Like
Look.
it was like
If you have a non-hostile drunk NPC, you
Who
should
happens to be able to cast 9th level spells.
never hurts. But if they're a badass in whatever realm they are, like I mean,
You befriend them.
yeah, if you can, yes, it's way easier than having to fight them.
The whole idea behind Racy was that he's probably the most individually powerful person in the thing, but he had the worst tactical sense.
He was chaotic drunk.
Yes, he was just a wizard, drunk as hell. I was like, "Woo, let's do wizard stuff!" And I believe the first thing he did was take his shirt off and try to wrestle a beholder.
I think you're right.
that was a thing. Yeah.
I
And
think he
he
casted like a humongous, ridiculous spell on like an inanimate object too at some point.
I think so. I think he meteor swarmed something,
Like something
was
that didn't matter.
fire and bludgeoning and everything. I don't know.
It
Yeah.
wasn't too long after he showed up that Shia LaBeouf turned to stone. I don't remember why that happened, but it was a thing.
I feel like that might have been the Beholder.
That might have been the Beholder right around the time, and he was like, I don't remember, but suddenly I was like, oh, Shia LaBeouf's gone. Never mind, new best friend.
There were also prismatic sprays being thrown around. Yeah, that thing was crazy.
it was nuts.
Nick, I give you credit for being able to track all that.
That was
Yeah.
great.
It was not easy.
No,
And
it
then
was not.
he was riding a T-Rex.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
He
that's
was
right.
riding a T-Rex.
I
Oh,
love arena combat stories, like arena combat one-offs. You can have just the most ridiculous, amazing shit happen.
Dude, and we did
It's like the
65
professional
rounds
wrestling
of
of
it.
D&D. It doesn't have to be good. It just has to be a lot.
yeah.
6.5 game minutes. Which that's like literally the longest combat I've ever been a part of and probably will ever be a part of.
Yeah.
Oh God, I didn't even think about that. Like that, all of that happens in 6.5 minutes.
Yeah,
Dude.
game time. It took us
Meteor
5
swarms,
hours.
T-Rex riding, drunk Racy, Shia LaBeouf turning to stone, all happened in 6 minutes.
No, it's like
Ew.
if
Yeah.
you imagine D&D combat from the perspective of an outside observer, it's just insane. It's like Looney Tunes. Just absolute. This guy's doing every kung fu move at once. This guy's like firing lightning bolts and explosions and riding a T-Rex. And everything.
It's all happening at the same time too.
Yep.
Like everything that happens in a round is technically happening
All at the
either
same
like
time.
microseconds before something else happens, or
It's insane.
Or simultaneously, basically.
yeah, like basically it's just a flurry of activity and explosions and magic and arrows and swords.
Gore and
Yeah, it's just like
I mean,
okay, great.
I love
That
what
was
we
one
did
round.
this year,
Good.
but at the same time, maybe we should do
Yeah.
that again.
It was fun. I would love another arena. Or
I think
gauntlet.
yeah, we'll get there. I mean, I don't think we need to play for 65 hours. But we'll
I like
figure it
your
out.
Spoiler
idea.
alert: we're gonna do 65 hours.
I have not agreed to that.
65-hour live stream.
I think so. I think if we did that, we take legitimate long rests. You know what I mean? Like we go to sleep for 8 hours,
Yeah.
but that's part of the 65 hours.
And we come back 8 hours later.
And all shit is broken loose because we chose to rest in a bad spot.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But the monsters haven't had their coffee yet either, because I'm also waking up. It's like, oh, they just attack.
I mean, I feel like we would have to. There would have to be a lot of money on the line to be raised for us to pull
That's
something
fair.
like that.
Yeah.
But maybe someday.
If they were
Maybe
going to
someday.
name the PeakD&D research wing of the cystic fibrosis,
Probably not that
You
much
know.
money.
then I would do it. I'm just saying.
That's what the research wing. That's your line.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Name
Named
something
after-
after us. Oh, you have this bench now.
Yes, the donor has indicated that he prefers the research wing to be called the Bone Palace.
Yes.
Oh no.
That's exactly where I was going with that.
The Bone Palace Cystic Fibrosis Research Wing. Welcome.
It would
Rose
make
Thorn.
sense if it were a bone disease.
That's
It
rose
would.
thorn. I think there's already roses in there.
What happens in the Bone Palace Research Wing stays in the Bone Palace
All right.
Research
Well,
Wing.
we should
No,
sign
let's
off
hear-
before we
no.
get any better.
No,
Yeah,
all
we
of this,
brought
no.
up the Bone
No.
Palace. I think we're tapped out for a meaningful conversation.
Well, hey, thank you for checking out our live stream. Check out all the videos on the channel. Catch up on Beyond the Feywild. This coming week, we have 3 videos coming out. We have a sketch with Luke Hart of the DM Lair. If you haven't checked that out, it hasn't come out yet, so you can't check it out yet, but it'll come out on Tuesday. And then Thursday is Rose Up Challenge, where we're going to be raising some money for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. If you like the video, there'll be a link in there where you can go to our fundraising page and donate to a very noble cause, cystic fibrosis research and support for that community.
There's a link down here too. In this
There's a
video.
link down here too if you want to get a head start on that, and we'd appreciate any of those dollars that go towards a very important cause that's very near and dear to our hearts. And then
And
on
lungs.
Saturday, and lungs, indeed. And then on Saturday, you can check out the finale of Beyond the Feywild, our actual play gameplay campaign. That would be super awesome. We're excited to see the sort of the end of our fruits of our labors come out on the internet.
Yeah.
So we're excited about it.
First campaign. It's a
First campaign in the books. Boosh.
We did it.
We did it.
And as our good friend, our druid friend, like and subscribe would have you do, please like and subscribe. Make sure you help us get to level 3. We're almost there. 900 subscribers. Woo!
Be level 3. Yep.
Be a level 3 YouTube channel, baby.
Mhm.
And then we have, I don't know, 7 years before we will hit level 4, because that's a big jump, y'all. To 2,700.
Is that
And-
what the next one is?
Yeah.
Yeah, the next one's 2,700. So we gotta.
Well, that'll
yeah,
be
we
enough
gotta-
time to come up. Well, that means our level 4 video should be sweet.
It'll be dope. It'll be dope. A
And
level
it'll
4.
be figured out a week beforehand.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Tony.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's what that. Wow, that's gonna do it for us here at PeakD&D. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in 2 weeks on Saturday, and we'll be talking a little bit about the campaign wrap up.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next time here at the Peak.
Bye, everyone.
Beep, 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 beep.